ערב טוב, נו נשמע. ביססון הכהן בן שרה. תנפשו צורה בצורה חיים. Okay, we're going to do two mitzvot today, mitzvah 67 and 68, mitzvah samech zayin, shenimnanu militboa achov minan loveh. We are commanded against demanding payment of a debt from a borrower, be'et sheneda sheno yachol lifroa lo chavo lefi she'en lo, when we know that that person is unable to pay that debt. Shneimar, connected to the mitzvah we did yesterday, lo tiyeh lo kenoshe. Don't act towards him like a creditor. Veda kizot hameni'ah, this injunction, tichlol gamken shelo le'alvot beribit le'Yisrael, also includes lending at interest to a Jew as well. Mishosheh mitzvah, the purpose of this mitzvah. That means that if you lend to a person, okay, an ani, which we spoke about last time, and don't be on top of him, getting your money back when you know you can't pay yet. So when you do that, it's lo tiyeh lo kenoshe. You are transgressing that mitzvah. The reason for this mitzvah, liknot lanu midat hachesed v'hanina v'chemla, to acquire traits of kindness, generosity, and compassion. Uksheyu kevuot lanu, when we have those midot, az niyeh b'reuyin lekabbalat hatova, we will be worthy of receiving goodness. V'yushlam chefetz Hashem yitbarach banu, and Hashem, His will be fulfilled. Shechefetz Hashem yitbarach le'etiv ba'olam hazeh u'ba'olam haba, because Hashem desires to bestow goodness in this world and the next world. Midina mitzvah, the laws of this mitzvah, what the Gemara says, Masechet Ba'Metzia, Minayin le'noshe b'chavero maneh b'yodea she'en lo. Where do we know that someone who is owed 100 zuz, one maneh, by his fellow, but knows that the borrower doesn't have to pay, she'asu la'avor lefanav, shneima lo tiyeh lo kenoshe. That's our pasuk. Uma shamnu gamken b'mechirta lo tiyeh lo kenoshe, shelo yira'eh lo b'kol zman. The lender cannot make himself visible to the borrower. The borrower owes you money, okay? And, he attends the 8 o'clock minyan at the Sephardic Kila Center, and he's going to go and show up every day. I'm just standing here, What does that make him feel? How does that make him feel? He sees that the guy who he owes him money to is there next to him, and he's not telling him anything, but just being present. That's lo tiyeh lo kenoshe. Udvarim acherim hane'emarim be'inyan zeh misiyav u'mekomot Talmud. Other places we find other laws. This applies to men and women in every location, all times. One who transgresses this and demands payment from his fellow, and he knows that he lacks it, and demands from him nonetheless to cause him distress, he violates his prohibition, and it's like one transgressing the decree from a king. Obviously, this is talking about specifically someone who doesn't have what to pay. If someone has your money and he made whatever it is, then you are allowed to go and act like a creditor to take the money back. Next mitzvah samechet. Shelo nita'asek b'milvat ribit ben haloveh ve'hamalveh. We're commanded not to collaborate to effect an interest-based loan between a borrower and a lender. Kilomar shelo na'aseh lahem arevut. We don't guarantee the loan on their behalf. V'lo na'id alehem, or serve as a witness. Or compose a document where there's an agreement that they're lending on interest. Shneimar, as the pasuk says, Lo tesimun alav neshech. You shall not lay interest upon him. Uba perush b'metzia, the Gemara tells us, she'alav hazeh ne'emar ala mitaskim be'inyan. This prohibition are to the people who are collaborating with this type of loan, kigon arev, edim, and sofer, like a guarantor, witnesses, or a scribe. V'sham ne'emar gamken, it's also written, shamalven ichlal imaim belavzeh, also the lenders included in this prohibition, milevad alavina acherim shemiyuchadim bo, in addition to all the other averot that he's doing specifically to lending with interest, which come at a later time. Uklal ha'inyan she'amar Abaye sham, the summary of the matter which Abaye states there, she'amalveh over al shisha lavin, a lender who extends a loan with interest transgresses 6 prohibitions, ve'aloveh bishnaim, and the borrower transgresses 2 of them. And those who collaborate, just one mitzvah they're transgressing, which is the one we're talking about right now. Mishosheh mitzvah, the purpose of a mitzvah, Hashem desires His people to form a settled society. And He commanded His people to remove the pitfalls of interest from their path. To ensure that one member not be swallowed up by his fellow's resources, to the point that now his house is empty because he has paid all this interest. That's what interest does. Yadua davar, the matter is known. Umipenei ze nikra neshech, and that's why interest in the Torah is referred to as neshech, which is a bite. Okay? Umimana min ha'maaseh hazeh arev v'sofer ve'edim, and by virtue of the fact that those who act as a guarantor, a scribe, or a witness will refrain from aiding this practice, imanu b'nei adam imenu, other people will have also the no choice but to refrain from lending and borrowing with interest as well. All the laws of this mitzvah are found in Masechet Bava Metzia. It applies in all locations and all times, to men and women. One who transgresses this, by acting as a scribe or a guarantor or a witness on an interest-based loan, he's an avera, but he does not get lashes. Because even the lender himself does not get any lashes. Because it's subject to restitution, and therefore it's not reasonable to get lashes. Because since there's restitution involved, why should you get malkut? You can never get the malkut back once you administer the lashes. It's done. But since the restitution, the rectification is through getting back the interest that you charged, so therefore there is no malkut, and certainly not by the scribe, guarantor, or witness. Okay.